So today's a good day. And the reason why it's a good day is because we're doing some detailing today. And if anybody knows me, I really enjoy detailing, and so does Nick.
Hell yeah. What's up, YouTube?
So Nick, I have new microphones.
Beautiful.
So this is a magnet. So you see that little thing there? So you just put the magnet on the inside, and then you put the microphone on the outside.
Got all the fancy stuff here.
It's actually really,
This is so cool.
It's so high quality, it's good. So if you guys watched the other videos, which I hope you guys do, if you don't, make sure you go check those out. But a couple of you guys said that the audio is a little high, a little low, and it's sometimes hard to hear. That's just what you get when you buy cheap microphones. So what I picked up was these DJI mini mics, and it comes in this little case. I have the transmitter on top of the camera, and then these two microphones that me and Nick both have on our persons. So hopefully the audio is a little bit better in this clip, well, this video. Let's get into it. Nick, I've introduced you before. I'm gonna introduce you again.
How's it going?
This is Nick. He is a big BMW guru, and he's a guru for these Z3 M Coupes. Nick, I'm gonna let you take the spotlight here for a little bit. I want you to just explain to us what we're looking at, because this is your pride and joy. You put you've turned every nut and bolt on this car, and you know all the ins and outs of this car. So
yeah, this is my Mona Lisa, I guess. I brought the M5 here a couple weeks ago to do coilovers, and Bruno mentioned that this is kind of like my build. And yeah, after like 10 years of M Coupe ownership, we're pretty much closing in on completion on this thing. So far it has, it's got a CSL airbox, 6-speed transmission.
Well, let's run it through. Let's
run through the car?
Yeah, let's run through the car, because this car it's got a whole list of things that you've done to it.
Everything you want to do to an M Coupe, this car's got it. That's kind of like the ethos of this build. When I started, it was like, there's some key items that people like to do on their M Coupes, but no one's ever done them all. So this car was kind of just like, let's slap them all on this car and see how good we can make an M Coupe, because they're from factory, they leave a little bit to be desired, just because they're partsman specials and they got some parts about them that could definitely be improved. So my engineering brain was like, let me see how good I can make this thing. Alrighty, we got a 2002 M Coupe, started as sapphire black over black.
Show us your favorite parts. Go ahead, run them down.
Parts. All right. The mod that never gets old, in my opinion, although it's expensive, is the CSL airbox. This guy right here from Carbonius is the best sounding thing you could put on a car. I love it so much. Pretty much, and it's funny because I've had this car for 6 years now, and I just put an exhaust on it like a couple days ago.
It didn't sound bad before.
I mean, it just didn't sound like anything, but it made all the noise up front. It's just totally party up front, and I guess because of the E36 chassis, like these are like not very well sound deadened. The airbox noise like makes its way into the cabin so well. So
when we took the motor out, there's really no like sound deadening on the firewall there. It's really just minimal.
Pretty much, yeah. This thing just screams at you. I love that. Second mod that I love, there's these headlights that I built myself. They were kind of inspired by like facelift E46 and E39 headlights with these custom shrouds that I designed around these angel eyes.
Was it 3D printed?
Yeah, the shrouds are 3D printed, and then it's a bi-LED projector, but it looks pretty factory. Like it's really easy to go overboard with custom headlights, and I really wanted something that looks factory as I can. And then the rest of the good stuff, I mean, besides this new mod, I just did a 2M carbon roof on it.
This is like, this was a really fun mod. Cause like I was there doing it.
Yeah, Bruno, honestly, I could say that Bruno did most of the work on this piece.
I did not do most of the work.
Yeah, you did. Me and him did demo, but he got the windshield out of the car. He got
windshield out of the car. More like my boot through the freaking windshield.
Shot the boot out because the windshield would not come out of the car. Sometimes they come out easy, and sometimes they don't. This one did not come out easy.
Yeah, you like tried to use a Sawzall in like the corner, and then as soon as you did, it just like cracked. And
it was awful.
You're like, you know what? Screw it. Boot through the windshield.
Yeah,
just do it.
It was a terrible time. But yeah, Bruno drilled the spot welds out, and he pried it out, and with my buddy Ian, and then I kind of what was it? A couple days went by, and then Ian just glued the roof on, and then it's been good to go until paint.
You know what's really sick about this carbon roof is that even although you didn't paint it, like you didn't give it a tint, it still looks like it has a tint.
It totally does, right?
It looks like it has a tint on it, like
a brown tint. It matches the car's color.
Like I don't know if you can pick it up.
On the other side, you can.
On the other side,
On the
yeah,
other side
which
of
is
the car.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
But still, really cool mod to do.
I'm just gonna fire off the rest of the mods because they're underneath the car. There's not much to see. It's got a 6-speed swap from the E46. It's got a built 373 diff. It's got full spherical suspension, so the front control arm bushings, tie rods, you know, sway bar end links, all that's all spherical.
Sounds fancy.
It's fancy. It's good stuff. It's got TC Klein double adjustable coilovers, which I think are the best coilovers for this car.
I mean, it's not only you; it's a whole other.
They're great coilovers.
Yeah.
A bunch of people have them. There's these livery proto wheels, which I freaking love them. I've had them for pretty much the life of the entire car, and I can't ever get myself to get rid of them. New mod, we got a Remus exhaust. These are pretty nice. They don't fit great right now because I forgot my exhaust hangers on the other exhaust, but these are just held in temporary. I know they fit like crap, but they're not gonna.
Evan has this exhaust, right?
Yeah, it sounds amazing. His is a little more worn in though, so it sounds a lot better than mine. This one's really quiet, but it'll wear in eventually.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, she's my pride and joy. And then we're here right now because I just restored the entire outside of the car. So we did a bare metal respray, all new glass seals. I did new headlight lenses for those retrofits. And so now the outside of the car looks as good as it drives. The only thing left to do on this car is the interior, which you got to do last because it always gets destroyed in the process of doing all this stuff. Although it's still nice, it's gonna need to get replaced to match the rest of the car.
What's getting replaced?
Just a bunch of shit.
Just a bunch of shit.
Just a bunch of shit. Yeah, we're gonna wrap the interior in a saddle brown also.
Oh yeah, you are. I forgot that you were doing that.
That's gonna match the color really well.
That's gonna be really nice.
But that's the last thing. And now we're here to paint correct this bitch because everyone had their heads on it and ready to make it shine today.
One of the things about these cars is how many years did they produce this car?
4 years. First couple of years they did a 1200, and then it was S52 cars, and in Europe we got S50 cars, and then these cars are S54. They did 678 of them.
Right. And for these cars, it's very hard to find parts. Not a lot of.
I NLA'd 3 things while doing this.
What does NLA mean
for
people?
I bought the last. Actually, let me.
You're gonna run down the list.
This is the last one ever. These are the last ones ever. This seal is the last one ever. This windshield gasket was one of the last 3 ever.
There's a lot of parts.
Yeah, it sucks.
A lot of parts on this car.
I spent like $7 grand in seals, glass, and
they're just OEM parts.
Yeah, but if I showed you what I bought, you'd be like, really?
Yeah.
That's how much that costs?
Because you just can't find them.
I mean,
that's just the reality of it.
Yeah. This was half an insurance job because the car got destroyed in a storm. It wasn't. I mean, it was just a bunch of rock chips. Paint was chipping off my hood. It wasn't like, oh, you got rock chips. Like what you repainted your car for that? Yeah. The thing was absolutely peppered, destroyed, like throughout the whole car. So
I didn't see it at that stage.
Good. It was horrendous.
I didn't see it at that stage, but you showed me pictures. It was horrible.
It was horrendous. Yeah. So.
Oh, you're missing one thing.
Am I?
You did a thing, and you just completely went over it. It's the front lip. You produced the front lip.
I did. I made my own custom front lip. So E46s and E92s have always had like a nice, like joined together front lip, and all M Coupes kind of have these like side splitter things here. There's a bunch of extensions, but I've never seen somebody execute a really well done like center connecting splitter. And so me and a couple of guys.
It's usually just those fangs.
Yeah,
right?
just the fangs. But I wanted a one piece. So right now getting built. We're already done with the molds. We got a test done. The original was beautiful, and now we're doing a carbon fiber one for me.
Very cool.
They're gonna be for sale in fiberglass if anyone ever wants one.
I was gonna say that too. It's like, it's gonna be for sale. So if anybody who owns was it a Z3 or a Z3 M Coupe
Roadster or a M Coupe,
they can run that on their car.
Run that on here.
Basically, it's just the same front bumper, really.
Yeah, same front bumper. I mean, even non-M's, as long as you got the right front bumper on it,
you'll
be able to run them.
Now let's get into the paint now, because that's what we're most excited about.
Yes.
So as you guys can see, the whole engine bay is resprayed. This motor was pulled.
Everything was pulled.
Some things were shaved on the wheel wells.
Just some bracketry. And I shaved the ground terminal off because I wanted to run the E36 lightweight strut bar. So I got that one sitting in my house. It doesn't clear my hood. So
it doesn't?
I gotta notch that. It's okay. It's gonna get covered by hood insulation anyway. But I gotta kind of bang that out and then put the brace on. But it worked. I'm really happy. E36 bar, I never knew if it's gonna work, so I kind of
That's very cool.
Put a gamble on it, and the front bar, I mean the center bar, it even fits up real nice.
And so this paint color right here is just an absolutely beautiful color.
It's called Citrin Black Metallic. It's a individual color from BMW's catalog off of the E92s, the F10s, and the F30s. That's what I've seen them on. It's a really rare color. No one's really doing it. It's similar to Ruby Black, but this one's got like a root beer brown tint instead of like a lava red tint.
And I like this color because it's very dynamic. In the sun, it has that rich color that you want, brown, gold. And what else? What other flake does it have?
Oh, it's got like a green, a purple, mainly brown.
Very dynamic.
And some teal.
It's like the Nissan, you know, in the dark, it looks black, but in the sunlight, it shines.
Yeah,
it's so nice.
It's so funny though, because like I've dumped like so much money into this car, and everyone's always asking me, why didn't you like build an LSB car or build a Phoenix Yellow car or something more exciting? I like black. They're awesome.
They're awesome.
They're crazy. They're really wild to look at, but they're like, I've always loved M Coupes set up like kind of menacing, aggressive looking, and it's kind of tough to get them like that because they're kind of doofy looking cars sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
I just really like black always.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
It's all about whatever your taste is.
Yeah, and you have good taste, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Very good taste.
I appreciate it.
Because this color is just so good.
I gotta tip my hat off to my buddy Evan, who's gonna be here. He found this color for me, so I didn't even know it existed because it's so rare to find on another car.
What color was it? What car was it?
He found it on an F30 or something, or like an old set, like a new.
I thought it was
a 7 Series.
It was
I think?
a 7 Series.
Yeah, I mean, people just aren't speccing it because it's an individual color, and like people aren't really making base model 7 Series. Like, you know, they're gonna pay an BMW individual to do it.
And you know what I think is the reason why not many people bought that color is because when you see it on a color swatch, you're like, that's brown. Like, I don't want a brown car.
I love brown cars, but I don't know. I think it's a beautiful color. People aren't really doing it much, but Evan saw, he said it stopped him in his tracks. He's like, dude, you're repainting your car, and I know you want to stick to black. This is the one you got to do.
It's basically black, but brown.
It is black,
so cool.
And then it's got like, like Bruno said, the split personality where if you put some light on it or some sun, like it turns super rich brown, which I love.
It's like you have 3 colors in one paint job.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
that's the beauty of it.
Yep.
But the reason why this car is here today, we're actually going to be detailing it like we said before. There is some love marks, meaning like it was
lots
rubbed.
of fingerprints on this guy.
Yeah, fingerprints. It was rubbed up against. Not so much of like scratching. It's just like light scratching from like dust
just
and moving
and stuff. Yeah.
and moving around and swirls. As you can see right here, this is like probably the worst.
That's
spot.
really bad.
Yeah.
That's actually really bad.
And the paint shop that Nick had this at, they did a great job with the wet sanding.
Knocked it out of the park.
Knocked it out of the park.
AMS AutoWorks, a great shop to get a paint job from, especially if you're in the Northeast.
Where are they at in New Jersey?
They're
like right
Linden, New Jersey.
I was about to say Linden, New Jersey. Yeah.
Yep.
Yo!
It's back.
Check it out.
Damn!
Thing looks
dirty
cool, right?
and it's dusty.
Black, right?
Citrin Black, yeah.
Wow, I'm actually surprised you remembered that.
Yeah, dude.
Take a look at the car, and I want you to give an honest opinion.
Needs a cleaning.
Well, yeah, that's what we're doing.
here
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Yeah, this is
gonna
the
demonetize
color.
you.
So we're gonna run.
This metallic.
We're gonna walk around this car,
Thanks, bro.
see what needs to be touched up. I don't think that the whole car needs to be compounded. I think that some select areas need to be compounded. So we're gonna go around the car, maybe put some tape in some areas that we believe that need some touch up.
Thank you,
And
bro.
we're gonna polish it, and then
very
kind of
hyped.
just prep it
Engine bay's
for
going too. It's
the
fucking
PPF
sick.
stage of
Thank you.
of this.
Yeah,
this
the
car
car
right
is
here.
just
So
a million pieces.
that's what we're gonna do.
Let's fucking get it.
And yeah, we're gonna get it done.
Let's get it!
Let's get it.
Let's get it done. Ready to get wet, guys?
We're gonna get wet. So what we're gonna do now is
Wet t-shirt party.
practically we're just gonna hose down the whole entire car, get all the dirt off of it, clean it up, and get it prepped for compound and polish.
That's awesome.
I have no idea. Bro, all of his friends are in there too, and his girlfriend's in the same class. I'm like,
hilarious.
everyone in this class.
That's hilarious.
Come on, focus. There we go. So we got the whole car decontaminated, washed down, and we're just gonna do like a quick inspection. Just look around the car and kind of just like see what the paint needs. So far, we thought that just some parts of the car needed to get paint corrected, but looking at it now under the light, now under the light with it super clean and just every
Whole car needs to be done.
Yeah. The whole entire car needs to be compounded and polished. There are a few swirl marks, as you can see right about there.
This is one of my favorite
Few
products.
swirl marks that need to be addressed. So it doesn't make sense to just do parts of the car. We'll take you through the process of how to remove those from your paint safely. So right now what Nick is doing is spraying some eraser.
This is my favorite product. It's an alcohol-based cleaner. Pretty much gets rid of fingerprints.
And it just preps it for polishing.
It's like Prep Sol. Not really. Yeah,
it's a safer
alcohol-based cleaner that it's real safe and good for your paint.
Yeah, that dumb light is just, I don't know. It just keeps flickering, but.
The lights will flicker on and off.
So Nick's gonna do that, get the whole entire car. I'm actually gonna go around the whole car and tape off
my brand new seals.
All these brand new seals, because again, these are not available anymore and very hard to find. So we want to preserve it. All right, so we have the car completely stripped of any kind of dirt, any kind of oil. It's looking great. We have our trim all taped up, so when we're doing our passes with our polisher, we don't have to worry about hitting the rubber seals. So right now, Nick is just prepping his car.
I'm taking taillights out.
Getting himself all set up. I guess he's taking the taillights out, like
we got new seals on the bottom I'm gonna replace thanks to...
This is Evan. You guys have met him from the E39 M5 coilover install video.
Evan's my parts plug, but most importantly, one of my best friends.
And we did this same-ish situation to my Laguna Seca Blue M Coupe.
And I'll post a picture right here, because that was actually a really cool and fun detail just to experience what the paint is like on an original M Coupe.
Don't let it fool you, even though it's a small car, it still takes forever.
Still takes forever. It's not that it being a small car, you would think it would be less time. It's more so small car, tight spaces. Like even though there's large panels on it, like it's still like right here, right along the fender, the quarter panel there. The side skirt right here has a lot of contours to it. So getting the pad in those contours is very difficult and you have to take your time with it. So that's basically where most of the time goes.
This is gonna be probably a standard 6 to 8 hour compound. That's
practically, yeah. So I'm gonna get myself set up with the polisher and
you want to do what we usually do? I'll do the big guy, you do the little guy?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll do the little guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do a test panel, just see what processes work best to help clear up this paint. I think that we're gonna start less aggressive because again, this is a fresh paint job. It is probably still soft, even though it's been curing for about 3 months now. You always want to start with the least aggressive method first and then step it up from there and see what works. So let's get the polisher out and start doing that right now. All right guys, so I'm gonna start with some Koch Chemie H9. You guys seen us use this on Tom's Miata. So it did a really good job of cutting most of these swirls out. I'm gonna do a little test panel, see how it works out. If this works pretty well, I'm gonna use it on the whole car, and then we'll move on to polishing. So let's see how this does. Nick actually wants to work with Griot's
Fast correcting, Griot's fast correcting cream. I'm being stubborn and I really like this product. It's my favorite compound I've ever used. So I'm gonna give that a go on the hood. And if it works, then I'm gonna, like Bruno is with his Koch Chemi, I'm gonna go and kind of send it around the whole car.
Yep, so let's see how she goes.
Koch Chemi's expensive stuff.
It's very expensive. So normally I would do like 3 to 4 dots. This is just to prime the pad so that when you put the pad onto the panel, it's not going to skip around. So I'm going to start with probably on speed 3 or 2 and just go do a pass. See how she looks.
It's gonna be, I mean, brand new soft paint, so it's gonna, no matter what compound we use on it, it's probably gonna take to it nicely. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I think that looks really good.
Yeah.
That cut right through it.
Yeah, that did it, for sure.
Waiting for the song. Waiting for the song.
Now that we have our results with the test panel, I think I'm gonna just keep rocking with the Koch Chemi because it just cut all the swirls out just the way I wanted it to and gave us a finish that I'm actually very confident with. So let's just roll with it.
Waiting for the song. Waiting for the song. Waiting for the song.
Nick and I finished compounding the whole car and it looks really good. I'd say I give it probably a 95% of just looking good, of us removing all the imperfections from the paint left from the body shop. Like, this thing looks like a mirror. Looks beautiful. The camera's not doing it justice at all, but I'll post some photos and you guys can get a better idea of how this paint looks. But damn, son, that looks good. It's like you're looking into the galaxy. I polished this one section here and I was like, looks like the galaxy because of all the different kinds of colors. Looks very nice. Ready to see this shit polished up? They can't hear you. They still can't hear you. All right, Nick, what are we doing?
Polishing. Now we're bringing out the color.
Now
As if we didn't already.
This is a DA fine pad with some Griot's complete polish. This stuff's really good. So let's give it a...
Big fan of Griot's. The more I use it, the more I like them.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we want.
I love working with polish. It's so much easier than compound.
We're gonna completely polish the whole entire car, get this project completely done. I'm gonna put you guys down. I'm gonna put a polisher in my hand and start polishing with Nick. So yeah, enjoy this B-roll. Yeah.
You did the top.
Yep.
You did this.
Yep.
I did this.
Yep.
I did this.
Yep.
I did this.
Uh-huh.
We did this.
Yep.
I did this.
Yes, you did.
You did this.
I did that.
You did that.
I did not do that side skirt.
I did that.
Okay.
I did that. It's all done.
It's all done. How do you think it looks?
Like a dream.
Looks like $1 million. Everything you ever asked for. That you did not do.
One mirrors. This is why I'm here.
But on just like your personal opinion, what do you think?
It's fantastic.
You think we
Best
did?
paint job I've actually ever seen on an M Coupe. Maybe in general. I don't want to like
Gas it up too much?
gas it up too much, but it's like one of the best paint jobs I've ever seen.
No,
With these modern cars, like modern paint jobs, there's always waves, there's always dents, there's always, you know, things and imperfections in the paint that, you know, could be better. I really can't think of any part of this paint job that they could have done better.
No.
The doors speak volumes. The doors are always the hardest part of a car to get right, and they are just so smooth.
So straight.
They're so straight.
Compared to mine on my Nissan.
I mean, every door is like that. I bet you the Supra has a bit of a wave in the door. Like, it's really hard. It just takes time to get that right, and that's really got it right.
Yeah. I think you chose a really good color. I chose that. I think that the color that you chose suits this car very well. I think the carbon roof looks very sick. And I think that once you do the interior, it's really going to tie it all in together.
Yes, sir.
Because once you do the interior, then it'll really set it off as like, this isn't a showpiece. This is, how would you say it? A collaboration of your ideas into one car.
Yeah.
And pretty much like your heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears.
What do they call it, a brainchild? It's my brainchild.
It's your brainchild.
It's what I love about this car. It's like no other car I have so much mental input to change and to personalize.
Right. Like I don't,
Like even the M5, like I just have
like
very
after
small,
this,
simple things.
after this, do you think you're gonna do anything else to this car?
Yeah, the interior's got to get done.
No, besides that, do you think that this is the end of this, the chapter is closed on this car? Do you think that's what it is?
Evan's pointing at the hood.
What's wrong with the hood?
What's under it?
Oh.
What?
Stroker motor.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about the carbon hood. Yeah, like 5 years down the line when this car is like, it's been done for a while, I'm gonna have Carbon build me a 3.5 probably.
All right, so it's the end of a chapter, but there's a new chapter to be started.
I won't promise that I'll ever do that Carbon motor.
It's YouTube. You don't got to promise anything.
But it's just like I wants for other cars, and I gotta get a house, and
Yeah.
and I've always,
Responsibilities.
like, my brain has always been like, build this car and then build a garage around this car and take care of this car
Forever.
how it is forever.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to always give it the effort that I've always wanted to put into it, and so
Well, I think that the attention to detail at this level is, it just speaks for itself, and that, you can tell that your passion just went into it. Absolutely, 100%.
thanks, buddy.
And I think that when you bring it to shows, that there's no doubt in my mind that somebody's going to say, somebody truly loved this car.
And they're also gonna say, why didn't you paint a Laguna Seca blue?
Because how many are there? There's already 5. And there will only be 5.
41, 6 slick tops. I have 1.
And there's 5 in the States.
No, there's 41 in the States.
41 in the States.
6 are slick tops.
Okay, and I think that it should stay 41.
And BMW owns one of them, so 40.
Should stay 40.
Yeah. There have been some repaints I don't support it.
Yeah, don't support it either.
Really? Your car is
What, December 2001?
December 01, yeah.
June or July 2002?
Too short. You didn't do them long enough. Nice. Oh, it also doesn't have the
All right, guys. So you've seen us do a full correction on Nick's M Coupe,
Heck yeah.
his pride and joy. It looks immaculate. It looks beautiful. There's no other words that I can use to describe how this car looks right now. It's just a perfect paint job with a near perfect correction. I don't want to say perfect because I'm not a professional, and people that are probably watching this video are professionals, and they're like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, blah, 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 do this, blah, 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 blah.
Me and Bruno are not professionals at this, but
I just-
it's something that we really enjoy. We've done a couple of our buddies' cars, our family's cars.
A couple, we did a lot.
Yeah, we've probably done
Done.
like almost 15 cars now.
We've done plenty.
We've done a lot.
And this probably just shows, I mean, we efficiently did it. I mean, if we didn't stop and look at how
I
good,
swear we spent half the time here. We would like do a panel and we'd sit there and go,
right. If we didn't do that, we'd probably be done in about 5-6 hours.
yeah, probably.
It's dark now. We started at like 12 o'clock.
But every time we do this, we kind of expect to spend the day in here and kind of hang out. And
Yeah. I mean, this is probably a time where I get to hang out with Nick as much as I do because he isn't around as often.
Yeah, I'm always on a damn boat.
Yeah, Nick works on a boat, so it's kind of like I don't get to spend as much time as I usually get to spend with him when he's home. But this is a great time to bond. I mean, if you ever have a chance to do something with your buddy, like something along the lines of this, definitely do it because it makes memories. You bond more with your friend, and you make more stupid decisions.
Yeah, right?
Like me contemplating on buying a possible another car. Don't point.
Get one of these. You're waiting for it. But yeah, I was telling Bruno, like, this car kind of, since I got it back a couple weeks ago, it's just been like, the theme of the whole build is now just like a culmination of all my friends and all the help I've gotten from everybody. I'm not a super well established guy. I don't have a huge house with a huge garage, unlimited funds and all that. Like, the only way I'm able to make this car happen is like by all my homies, Like Bruno offers his space, his time, his wrenching skills, his products, his everything. My buddy Ian offers his expertise, his mechanical skills, his fab skills, and everybody else drives me around to go pick up the car and go pick up parts. And one of my best friends, Evan, he's my parts guy at BMW, the list goes on. And today was, no different. I mean, I couldn't do this. It's 20 degrees outside, it's pouring rain, it's cold as hell, and this would take double the time if I didn't have Bruno's help.
And I appreciate that.
Oh man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, don't mention it. Like,
But you want to know as to why I do what I do?
why?
It's because I never had the help that I give to my friends.
Wow, well that makes sense. And honestly, because I'm always thinking about like how I can't wait till I can offer something like this and my help to people in the future when I have the space and the time and the assets to do it, you know.
Exactly.
I can't wait for that.
Because when I was working a 9-to-5 job, getting paid nearly close to minimum wage, and I had the Jeep at the time, and the Jeep was just like constantly breaking down and always having an issue, and something always needed to be fixed. I was working out in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
I was getting a phone call.
We've all had that experience, you know, growing up. I mean, half this car was built in my driveway also on my back, spilling my dad's, spilling oil on my dad's papers, getting screamed at, and breaking my ass, frosting my knuckles, freezing my ass off. But when this car, like, its quality elevated is when all my friends came together and started helping.
The coalition of your friends,
Yeah, so like the caliber of this car now, it would not be even close.
Right. Now, when you see cars like this or that or that or that, I mean, this didn't happen overnight. I mean, there's just hard work, and this garage, if anything, I mean, it's something that I love sharing.
Yeah, it's
and
the best.
I share with most of my friends.
The best.
And I mean,
it's January. I'm working on this thing. I'm in t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm nice.
It's fucking 30 degrees outside, and we're in a nice climate controlled garage. That's at least 70 in here, and we're able to do stuff like this. And this is what I love doing, and I love doing it with my friends because it makes us happy and it makes us passionate. It makes us want to keep doing it. And I feel like the passion kind of dies out, especially with the older generation. I mean, they didn't have most of the stuff that we have today.
Yeah.
You know, some of them, they buy cars and they either neglect them or they just lose their passion and they just keep them in the garage because they just don't want to work on them because it's either too hot, too cold, this, that, whatever. They don't have the specific tool or...
Yeah,
so,
I hope I can always take care of this car and care about it the way
Right.
I have. And now that it's almost done, it's like, that's all I have left to do now is just to keep it how it is.
yeah. Now,
Make all the time worth it.
although we did finish the detail, there are some pieces to this car that need to be finished. Like the emblems need to be put on, the grille needs to be put back on, the mirrors, the interior needs to be put back together.
What's the age-old saying? The last 10% of the build takes 90% of the time.
Yeah, it takes 90%,
10% of the build takes 90% of the time.
Yeah, so
it's like,
right.
Now it's like go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and get it all sorted. Make sure I put this car together in 2.5 working days, from a rolling shell to what you see here.
And that is no exaggeration at all. I called this man at 2 o'clock in the morning. I went out. I think I went out. I called him at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, and you're like, are you still at the shop? I'm like, fuck yeah, they're
Yeah.
ready to start this thing.
Yeah, and he shows me, he turns the camera around, shows the motor inside the car, him and his buddy Evan, well, our buddy Evan, still wrenching on the car. I was absolutely just jaw dropped. Cannot believe that they were actually still wrenching to get this thing running and driving. And at 9 o'clock in the morning, literally 9 o'clock in the morning, this dude's driving it. Yep. Sends a video, posts a story of him driving it. I'm like, you're an absolute animal for doing that. But I mean,
yeah, the point is, it's like I have to get it together really fast. So while I'm confident that the car's put together the right way because I've taken it apart and put it back together so many damn times, I do have to go through it, make sure all the hardware is correct, make sure all the rubbers are in the right spot. So I do want to, when the weather gets warmer, take things apart again and like have a reference or some time to make sure everything's going back together like it's supposed to factory, you know?
Right.
I know some of the screws are not, the right screws.
Yeah.
I made a mental note, but there's some sound bending missing. There's some stuff that I got to go through.
But that'll come with time, basically.
That's that 90% of the time.
That's that 90%, right. But as you guys see, car's completely detailed. I think we did a great job today. It's fantastic how, just two dudes that started detailing, a couple summers ago? 2 summers ago?
I always try to push people to detail. together. It's like
It's not.
it's not super hard to be adequate at it.
Yeah.
You know, like just pick up the DA. Go get one at Harbor Freight. That's what I did.
Just don't be
I got a crappy DA Harbor
Right.
Freight.
Just don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid. That's just how you got to look at it. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty proud. I bet Nick's proud. Seems like he is, but yeah, we're gonna call it a done video for tonight. This is where I'm gonna end today's clip, video, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So make sure that you like, comment, share with your friends, and definitely subscribe because we have a shit ton of content that's coming out, as you can see on that board right there. So I'll see you guys later.